Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. Lots of bullish XRP news to share with you guys. We're going to talk about a company working with the United Nations is going to be building on the XRP Ledger. This is very bullish news if you hold XRP. We also have Brad Garlinghouse weighing in on a Jay Clayton article from the Wall Street Journal talking about America needs blockchain and crypto. It's just ironic, and I'll share Brad's thoughts around that. And Algorand, which is, of course, the official sponsor of this podcast and channel, has a major adoption news I want to share with you. It's with Securitize, which is tokenizing different securities and assets on blockchains. And they just did something huge with Algorand. We're also going to talk about some adoption news around federal credit unions and banks around the United States. One of the federal regulation agencies is about to give the green light for these banks to work with crypto companies. And we have some bullish news around Avalanche and Avax again. We talked about some yesterday. So we're going to break it all down. Before we get to it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, this video is brought to you by Algorand, which is one of the leading blockchains in the cryptocurrency space. They are building the future of finance, combining decentralized and traditional financial models and getting significant adoption. And as I mentioned, I'm going to discuss with you guys today a big adoption news around Algorand. But for example, Borderless Capital has launched a $500 million fund for Algorand. We see NFTs being built on Algorand, CBDC, central bank digital currencies being built on Algorand. And both Michael Arrington and Anthony Scaramucci have invested hundreds of millions of dollars into Algorand to help build the ecosystem out. So if you would like to learn more, visit algorand.com. If we take a look at the crypto market cap here, the list, it's not looking too great. We continue to see it's just the downward movement, but some stability. Bitcoin is at least hovering between $46,000 and $50,000, right? It's going back and forth, and the alts are following it. And it looks like this week is going to be another red candle week, unless something changes this weekend. Bitcoin pumps, I don't know, 10 grand or something. We'll see what happens, but it's just a patience game, as I've been saying, guys. It looks like we'll build support levels here and then we'll bounce upwards. I do believe we are still in a bull market. I do believe Bitcoin still has to hit a blow off top. We haven't seen that. I've shared multiple facts around that. And I'm not the only one saying that. There are many analysts who are looking at historical patterns and charts. For example, TechDev said day 37 of the Bitcoin correction. As in 2017, we bounced near the cycle log 1.272, rejected near the 1.618, and are sitting near 1.472 after an approximate 40% correction. But 2017 took only 13 days. And he said, I suspect duration is wearing on sentiment as much as the percentage drop. So this respective correction is taking longer than 13 days. And, we've been talking about lengthening cycles, so it may not bounce at the same time. But let's see, certain patterns are playing out very similarly here. So we shall see what happens. Here's another macro level chart that I thought was really great. This is from Mark J. Valek. And he said, is the halving cycle over? Our brand new Bitcoin chart book is out. So here's the title of the chart. At this point, the question is the halving cycle over? We've had, obviously, the third, which took place in May 2020. And we haven't, as you can see from this chart, we haven't hit that blow off top yet. You can still see here, it doesn't align with previous versions of the bull market. And it says here, halving cycle peak in 2013, halving plus 12 months. In 2017, it was halving plus 17 months. So as you saw, you can see here, these cycles lengthened in 2017. And I think that's playing out here again. It's lengthening. So it will spill over into next year. And obviously, guys like macro investors like Raoul Pal in my recent interview, he talked about this. He expects something in the middle of next year. Now, he did tweet about this sentiment that people are, maybe a little bit fearful. He said, people have asked if I have taken any profits, and the answer is no. I keep adding to my bet when I have cash. I have switched around within digital assets and have also set up an entire crypto fund of hedge funds to stay in the trade for years. So once again, as a macro investor, he's not so much concerned about this cycle alone. He's looking long term, but certainly he wants to make money, obviously, off of this cycle. He said, I will allocate to the fund for my core position as the space gets more complex and hard, but we'll take some life experiences off the table in a very big move higher. I've got a big house extension to pay for, but not a move lower. I can still pay for it, if, luckily, from income. He says, all of my cash is in digital assets, everything except paying the bills. I also have no debts, and I have income so I can afford the P&L swings without concerns. Choose your own journey, take the risks you can afford, and play the long game, and don't try to get rich quick. Absolutely. I totally agree with this, guys. And that's why I've said many times, I have my 401k, I have my savings, I have my income coming in, and I'm not, spending all my income or putting all my savings into crypto. I'm putting little by little what I can afford to lose. And what, even if I do lose it and, it would really suck for a day, it's not going to impact my life where, if I lost money on this, but I'm obviously up. Right. So don't get me wrong. I am up significantly, even at the current prices, maybe except for certain alts. But I've been accumulating since 2016, and I bought during the bear market as well, 2018 and 2019. So I'm up, guys. If I cash out, I'll be sitting in some nice profits. But obviously, based on the charts, based on the data, I don't see that we've hit the blow off top yet. I still think there's another leg up in this bull run, and we will see higher prices, which I will be taking profits. So just heads up, and I'm willing to hold long term because I've seen the people who made money in the dot-com boom, and many were patient. Many went through the big tech bubble boom or bust, I should say, in the year 2000, and a lot of people ran for the hills. Right, blood was in the streets, but the people who made money bought the dip and held. And you look at the price of Google and Amazon and so forth now, and they've made significant returns, guys. So I'm in agreement with Raul here. Now, Colin Talks Crypto, who created the CBBI, the bull run tracking metric chart I've shared many times with you guys, he tweeted out something today. He said, remember this in a few months from now when things are getting euphoric in Bitcoin and crypto. There will be a point where irrational exuberance leads people to believing the bull run will never end. This is when you should be thinking about exiting. So be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful, right? Right now, people are fearful. This is a time you want to be greedy. And when, we've hit that euphoric near blow off top, that's the time you want to be fearful and taking profits, right? Obviously, not financial or investment advice. Do your own research. All right, let's jump into the big news around XRP. So Xange, if I'm saying that right, Xange.com is bringing a carbon credit solution to the XRP Ledger, one of the first major carbon neutral blockchains. And they're building on the XRP Ledger, guys. Now, let me show you something on their website. Xange is the first exchange of its kind on a global level, delivered in partnership with the United Nations. Wow. And, here's the headline on their website: Regulated Securities Exchange. Sometimes you can't make this up. The Ripple is under an SEC lawsuit about XRP being a security. And this company is building on the XRP Ledger, a regulated securities exchange in partnership with the United Nations. This is like a big FU to the SEC, because we know in other jurisdictions and parts of the world, XRP is a currency, right? Along with the rest of the crypto assets. So here is the press release from today. Xange, a sustainable, or Xange.com, a sustainable run securities exchange operated in partnership with the United Nations, announced today that it will develop a carbon credit solution on the carbon neutral XRP ledger. Xange is working hand in hand with the UN Development System, UNDS, focusing on African market infrastructure solutions for carbon markets and to contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals. In this context, Xange is preparing to the launch of the implementation of its voluntary carbon credit infrastructure to channel carbon credit offsets from the African Great Green Wall Initiative. Xange will develop a carbon credit solution on the XRP ledger for the issuance of tokenized carbon credits in accordance with standards set by leading industry working groups like the Interwork Alliance, Global Blockchain Business Council Initiative, and the Task Force on Scaling Voluntary Carbon Markets, of which Xange is a member. Guys, this is bullish if you are holding XRP, and let me give you some more details. Xange.com chose to build on the XRP ledger given its performance, scalability, and inherent green attributes. The XRP ledger was built with sustainability in mind and is one of the first major carbon neutral blockchains. Due to its federated consensus algorithm, the XRPL is significantly more energy efficient compared to proof of work blockchains and ensures low cost transactions. Guys, remember the analogy or the example I always give of network effect and Metcalfe's law, and the stronger or the more adoption a network gets, the more stronger it becomes. Now look at what the adoption of Ethereum, where you had building of ICOs, you had obviously DeFi, now you have NFTs did for the value of Ethereum, right? Significant value was added, and that impacted the price of Ether. Likewise, the more people that are building on the XRP ledger, what do you think that's going to do for the native asset on the XRP ledger? It's going to drive the price up. So I want folks to understand that. Sometimes people, it's hard to grasp that, but think of it as, once again, network adoption, Metcalfe's law playing out here. This is very bullish news, and look who's behind it, the United Nations, guys. There's a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of power. Let's be real, right? This makes me very bullish on XRP. And, you know, a lot of people sometimes take it for granted that Ripple's been dealing with the IMF, United Nations, central banks around the globe for years and years and years. And I know people want things instantly, right? Oh, it must be done in 1 month or 6 months. Sometimes these things take years, and we're seeing a lot of the things that we've heard about and that were hinted at are now coming to fruition. So if you hold XRP, this should make you very bullish. It certainly makes me bullish. Monica Long, of Ripple, who I interviewed not too long ago, she tweeted the following in response to this. She said, "The green machine, great to see the XRPL and its inherent green/tokenization attributes being leveraged for the issuance of tokenized carbon credits and to contribute to global sustainability standards." Now, heads up, guys, I will be interviewing David Schwartz and Ripple's, both are from Ripple, obviously, Ashish Birla and David Schwartz in January. You know, with Ashish Birla, we're going to talk about the liquidity hub. With David Schwartz, I think they're going to make an update to the federated sidechains. So we're going to talk about that in an interview. So you guys don't want to miss that. Make sure you got the subscribe button enabled with the notification bell enabled as well. Craig DeWitt, who I've interviewed on the channel as well, a long time ago, actually, well, over a year. He's been working on XSongs and Payburner. Someone asked him about this, you know, hey, what's up with the XSongs that you've been working on? Because he tweeted out a meme here. He said, working behind the scenes on XSongs and Payburner, regulatory clarity, then launch. So both XSongs and Payburner use XRP, of course. So I think as with many of the other banks and payments providers who want to use XRP in the United States, they can't touch it yet. Need the regulatory clarity. That's why this lawsuit is so important, not just for XRP, but for the entire crypto market. So this is a big insight into, you know, why some people are like, hey, why isn't Bank of America or why isn't this person using XRP and blah, 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 right? They can't do it in the United States. Out of the United States, yes, no problem. But the United States, there's a lot waiting on the regulatory clarity. So hope this is insightful. If you haven't seen my interview with Craig DeWitt, I'll put a link in the description so you guys can take a look at it. Now, oddly enough, just about an hour ago, Brad Garlinghouse tweeted, "Siri, play Ironic" by Alanis Morissette. By the way, I like Alanis Morissette. This is actually a great song that she wrote. But what is he talking about? Well, he tweeted out an article written by no other than Jay Clayton. And look at this, guys. Talk about ironic. Here's the headline. America's future depends on the blockchain. The US needs to act fast to preserve its advantage in the tokenization of our financial infrastructure. Really, Jay? As you can see here, authored by Jay Clayton. Really? But we know, guys, he does believe in the technology. I tweeted about this, but the problem is corruption. What these guys want is come pay me under the table. Give me $15 million like the Ethereum Foundation gave Hinman or Simpson Thatcher gave Hinman, right? They want pay to play. It's like the mafia, right? They wouldn't have necessarily a problem with XRP if they were getting paid by Ripple. Trust me. If Ripple was giving them some checks behind the back, hey, let's meet in the back of an alleyway. Here's a check for 10 million, right? They wouldn't be filing any lawsuit against Ripple. Come on, guys. You know how it works now. We've seen the corruption, the conflicts of interest. So once again, I do believe he believes this, that, hey, you know what, at the end of the day, he wants America to win, but corruption is also something that stands between him and the rest of the crypto market. And that is sad and pathetic. So as we've been talking about, all these things are coming to light anyway. And I think the SEC, Jay Clayton, William Hinman, Gary Gensler are all looking like idiots right now. And the media scrutiny and pressure is mounting on them. So we'll see what happens. I think a settlement could come as early as next year. Brad Garlinghouse said it would come next year. And I think it could come as early as Q1. Maybe Congress makes a move or Gensler, his hand gets forced. We'll see what happens, but just want to let you guys know about that. All right, moving ahead, guys. As mentioned, I hold the Algo token. I'm earning rewards over it. Algorand sponsors this channel, but this is big news. Many of you may recall my interview with Jamie Finn, who's the co-founder of Securitize. I interviewed him a couple times, one from 3 years ago. This was back in 2018, and then one from 2 years ago. They've been doing some big things. And look at this news here. I want to share with you guys. Securitize has launched the first ever tokenized funds tracking S&P Global indices, available exclusively on Securitize Markets and tokenized on Algorand. These funds include a diverse blend of top cryptocurrencies and emerging markets funds. Wow. One of the reasons I believe Algorand is going to be one of the winners coming out of this crypto market. I hold the token and I am very bullish on it. And, Jamie Finn, he tweeted the following in response to this, kind of showing, he pulled a quote here. "We issued the largest ever Reg A+ capital raise on Algorand. So when we decided to launch these exclusive funds tracking two S&P's most innovative indices, Algorand was the natural choice due to its speed and cost efficiency." I think we're going to continue to see Algorand get massive adoption. And I'm actually following up with Jamie to try to get another interview after a couple of years. And Securitize, by the way, guys, they're tokenizing a lot of stuff on the blockchain, essentially tokenizing securities, assets, contracts, all those things, which is, of course, the future, the tokenized economy, guys. That's where we're headed to. So very bullish news here for Algorand and as well as Securitize. All right, look at this news. This is interesting. This was reported by Blockworks. Federal regulator NCUA says crypto companies can help credit unions buy and hold crypto. Now, what did we hear from the FDIC chairwoman not too long ago? She was talking about, you got to find a way to help banks hold crypto and make sure it's FDIC insured. All the puzzle pieces coming together here. And then what have I been sharing with you guys with NYDIG, which is the massive Wall Street player, just raised $1 billion in funding. They're working with over 650 banks and federal credit unions. And we just reported about one yesterday in Idaho, which is working with NYDIG to provide Bitcoin trading and ability to purchase it through the federal credit union. They're launching that. All the puzzle pieces coming together here, guys. And this is why we need to be patient, look at the market macro level, and pay attention to news like this. All of these things are going to lead to higher prices. We've seen it historically, guys. You know, this is not going to make the major headlines on CNBC or Fox or CNN. And smart money is slowly taking positions, and they're setting up shop, and they're getting their licenses, and they're investing millions and billions. And eventually they're going to have their positions secured. And then, hey, mass marketing, come, Bitcoin is the greatest thing ever. Ethereum, XRP, come buy, sell it to them. They're making the money, right? That's how they've done it historically. Now, you and I, for the first time in history, as the average Joes and Janes, right, we were able to front run many of these guys because of the borderless and decentralized nature of crypto, right? You didn't have to be an accredited investor to buy Bitcoin or XRP or Ethereum. Historically, if you were under the old system, you would have had to be an accredited investor. So it's amazing what is happening. And if you understand this paradigm shift and what is taking place, this will give you the confidence to hold. And even if your portfolio is down a bit because of the volatility, that's not worrying you, that's not scaring you, because you see what is this amazing puzzle coming together. And crypto's here to stay. We're just seeing all the governments on board, the smart money's on board, institutional players. It's pretty clear what's happening, right? Look at this. One of Latin America's largest retailers now accepts Bitcoin, and this is Elektra. I personally never heard of it, but it's pretty big in Latin America. It's the first retail store in Mexico to accept Bitcoin. Mexico's third largest man owns it. Adoption happening globally, my friends. Blockchain data analytics platform Nansen closes $75 million Series B round. Who's it giving them $75 million, guys? It's the institutional players, the smart money. They are buying the assets and also investing in the companies building the infrastructure for the crypto market. So the company analyzes billions of on-chain data points and thousands of entities on blockchains like Ethereum, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, Phantom, Avalanche, and Celo. Oh man, I wish I was some sort of entrepreneur building something, because it's milk and honey right now. There's so much capital looking to be placed into these crypto companies, because these smart players know, not everything is going to be a winner, but man, throw a couple $10 million here and there to these companies, get some equity. And as this thing takes off, because we're still in the early stages, they're going to make money. Even if 2 of those companies of 5 that they invested in fails, they're going to make money. And I've often said it, I wish I was an accredited investor so I can double dip, buy the assets, but also invest in the companies that are building. But like I've said before, taking some profits as the prices go up, I can certainly be in those circles, and I'll see what positions I want to take. Avalanche and Avax continue to get adoption. Crypto custodian BitGo adds Avax support as institutions eye Avalanche. I think Avalanche is going to pump. Something is going on. I'm just seeing a lot of adoption news, but this is great. They're getting support here. Very bullish. And, I don't hold any Avalanche or Avax in my portfolio. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, there's only so much I can invest in, and I've taken my bets on specific cryptos, and a lot of them are going to do well. So congrats if you're holding Avax, guys. Finally, and this is not to get political, but I want to make sure I share the news with you guys. Melania Trump, so wife of former President Donald Trump, will sell her first NFT during this holiday season. It's like everybody's getting involved in crypto NFTs, so this is pretty interesting. And she's gonna run. it says here the former First Lady's token will run on the Solana blockchain. So Solana adoption. Trump is the latest in lineup of celebrities to dabble in crypto. Do you see what's happening here, my friends? Just sit back and ponder on these things and who's getting involved and what's happening. And yes, is there some hype? Yes, is there some level of bubble? Yes, but you know, one thing mainstream media would throw at people: oh, it's a bubble. Okay, it is any what other market hasn't been in a bubble? The current stock market is in a bubble. The real estate market was in a bubble when it popped in 2008. The dot-com boom was in a bubble when it popped in 2000. Don't be fooled or get dismayed by trigger words such as bubble. Oh, it's a bubble. Okay, what market hasn't been in a bubble? Give me the facts. What is being built? Who's investing in it? Is it disruptive technology? Are people adopting it, right? That's what you got to look at, not headlines and sensationalized words. Bubble, bubble. I hate that. And I remember the media used to do that a lot, and people would repeat that and say, you know, if you ask them, hey, you have any crypto? Oh, but isn't that a bubble? What? Like, you know what I mean? You got to go beyond that, and it has to be facts. And we are seeing adoption on all fronts. And here's a prime example. And you know, the great thing about NFTs, even though they're not crypto tokens directly, and well, let me back up. They are crypto tokens. They're just not fungible. But the fact that they are being built on crypto blockchains like Solana or Ethereum and so forth, or XRP Ledger, benefits the networks. Going back to my initial point about XRP getting adoption here by Xange, it's network effect. The more adoption the network gets, the more stronger it becomes, the more valuable it becomes. I've given the analogy or example of Facebook, which has nothing to do with crypto, but before they had monetized and put ads on Facebook, Facebook was worth millions of dollars. They weren't even making any money, guys. They were just having people go there and interacting with the site, but it was worth millions. Why? Network adoption. People are coming to your site, they're using it, or they're adopting your network, they're using it, they're participating, their attention is there. So there's potential to make money. There's potential for influence, right? Bring that to you know, blockchains and crypto, where there's a financial incentive, obviously, right? You know, when you adopted Facebook and you use it, there was no financial incentive for you. Facebook made the money. Now, with these networks, there's a financial incentive, right? You can hold the token and benefit from it. So the future is bright, and there's a paradigm shift taking place. I hope you see it. It's pretty amazing what's happening. So guys, leave your thoughts and comments below, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.